All right, good morning, everyone. Sorry for a little bit of tardiness here and getting up and going in terms of getting a live stream. Just working out a couple kinks in the background. So we'll keep going here in a few seconds. But excuse me, as we work on getting that up, and you unfortunately see me type here for a few short seconds. I'll just give you a little bit of introduction about myself and what we're going to be going over. So my name is John Trottier, and as you can see by all the branding in front of me, behind me, on me, I work for Arbortech. So we take care of some woodworking and masonry lineup of tools, and what we're going to be doing today is going through that with you. If you have any questions, really encourage you to ask them, throw them in the chat here. I've got the page open on the side so I can see what it is that you guys are going to be asking. It'll be probably 30 to 45 seconds delayed in terms of anything when it comes to streaming. So if I'm getting to you just a little bit late, don't mind that. I'll make sure I get them answered as best as possible. So we'll get into it here. Do our best to keep you entertained. 50 minutes. I'll be on from now until noon, lunchtime. So be a nice, I know I'm standing between you guys and lunch, been pretty familiar with that in my career with different places, so I'll make sure to try and keep you entertained as much as possible, keep everything as engaging as we can here, and give you guys maybe a little bit of a break on the day, some knowledge in some of our masonry and woodworking equipment in the second half, and hopefully just be able to get you guys the answers that you're after, or any pieces that are out there. So what I've got here, what I've got in my setup, just before we go into it, is we've got kind of this what I call carving cabin here that I built for myself at home. With everything that's been going on with COVID, obviously we've been asked to stay at home for safety precautions with our traveling. So I've been staying here trying to be safe. So I decided to put this cabin together so that I could do some woodworking demos and tool demos in my shed for Arbortech, and do some work in that way. And also it's worked out very handily here for what we're going to be doing today with CEO, doing some of this training and coming and bringing some tools and equipment to you great folks. So hopefully those that jump on through the stream get some good info, get some good pieces there, and look forward to joining you guys for the next 50 minutes. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about when we really focus in the masonry world, some of you might be familiar with this from whether it's purchasing one at CEO or seeing one on a job site or just some of our Arbortech pages or whatever it is. This is the AS175 unit. So in terms of masonry tools for what we deal with at Arbortech, this is our one. So in the past, we had the AS170, a unit that looked very familiar to this. We've actually come a long way with the AS175 in terms of putting together some improvements, some extra updates to it, increasing pieces like the motor and that. I'll take you through a bit of it in a little while. I'll put up a video. I know it's going to be a video of myself, but I've been working on building these training videos for customers like yourselves, clients like we have with CEO that's out there. So we'll show you that, show you some of the features, and then what we'll do is go through some of the pieces like changing the blades. I've got my full assortment here of blades that we do sell as well for it that are available at CEO, so you can go ahead and purchase those there and get any of the info you need. So in terms of the AS175 unit, when we're looking at it in regards to updates and upgrades from the AS170, first and foremost, I want to talk about the things that have stayed the same. So if you've purchased an AS170 in the past and you want to keep some of the components that are going to be there, the blades and the dust boot and this front end piece that's being removed, as you can see here, the detachable dust boot, those pieces are going to remain the same. So if you have anything that's out there, you have some old blades that are on your AS175 unit, or you have anything of that nature, you can keep those. It is the exact same fitting that's in here in terms of removing them with your bolts. The beauty of that and having that same equipment there is that you can keep your old components. You don't have to update everything along with it, like say an iPhone charger or something like that. You can just take it, bring it on, you can use your old blades, you can move forward to it. Speaking of blades, one thing we've done here, took a little bit of feedback from our customers, is we've made the access point to the head to the head bolts here a lot easier to get to. In our past AS170 model, it was a lot of a fight to get in past this bracket here, get your Ian key into the actual bolts that are on the side. And I've got an Ian key here for you. Like anything in this world, when you need something right away, they obviously sneak away on you. Had that put, there we go. Sorry about that. Great live streaming, I know there. This is our Ian key, comes standard with all AS170, AS175s. This is what you're going to be using to switch out any of our bolts that are on here. So as you can see, we've made that access point a lot easier to getting this into the unit itself. You can get right to your head, you can get right to those to remove them as needed. This is the only tool that you're going to need for screwing in and changing any of your physical blades with your head bolts. The Ian key is designed to give you the right amount of torque in order to remove and add that all at the same time and go from there. You never have to worry about going to grab a power tool or a torque wrench to get the right piece. Once these two little pieces of metal, as you can kind of see here, line up as you're tightening it, that's going to be the required amount of torque that's going to get you your screws and bolts tightened. So we'll come back to the blades here a little bit. We do have a large assortment of them. We've got about 8 or 9 different varieties here, so you can take a look at those in a few seconds. We'll walk through them, but I do want to talk about a few other things first. So first up, really the beast of the whole unit here is the motor itself. So the motor on our AS175 has been improved. It's a 1400 watt motor with corded power, so you don't have to worry about running off 20 or 25 minute battery life or anything of that piece. It is built and assembled by us at Arbortech, so it is full components in-house, so we are familiar with everything that's going on here. In terms of the 1400 watt motor power, we have gone to some new electronic components as the update. So we've gone to more of a power switch back here on the unit. So you've got your safety toggle here, just a standard click switch. We've improved a little bit more kick out in terms of dust and sediment or anything like that in your mortar materials, just on the back for some more venting here that's going to come out of the actual motor and unit itself. It does go the full 360 degrees around. Another piece that's built in with our motor is some of the enhancement of the electronic components. So what that's going to allow these components to do is it's going to shut itself down if it does overheat. So if you're working in one of these days, kind of like we've got in the last few, where it's plus 35, plus 40, and you're pushing this motor for 6, 7, 8 hours, the motor itself is going to shut down before it gets to the point where it starts melting and starts fusing brushes together inside of it. It's really going to ensure that you're not getting past that point of no return where you damage your motor. So if you do have one of these units purchased and you are working with it out in the field and you notice it shuts down, give it a little bit of a cool down period. It will come back, it will be normal, it's going to start back up and go from there. It's a built-in safety with these motors that we have to ensure that nothing's getting wrecked, which was a problem that we had back in our AS160, AS170 days. So we wanted to ensure that we are giving you guys that nice update there, but also wanted to make sure that you had that piece of information so that if you are using these AS175s out in the field, you're not worried about why my tool isn't starting up. 90% of the time, that's going to be the reason, is that you're going to have that overheat built-in function to ensure you're not going too far. Nice vibration reduction handle here, easy to use, easy to hold. It makes it for a really nice balance on this tool itself. So as you have this here, you can see it's nice center balance. So as you are holding this in the proper position when using it, it's nice and easy to manage. You can rotate and move this tool around very free-handedly. You don't have to worry about giving too much extra stress. It sits very nicely, even though it is a heavy unit. With that balance point and the distance on the back end, it allows you to work that properly to ensure you're not getting any fatigue during the day, and you can use this tool for a long point, especially when you're up, doing any tuck or bed joining on, like, say, a chimney. You've got this thing vertical all day. This handle really comes in handy for using it, cutting across, and moving it. We've enhanced our dust boot as well. Take it off so you can see a little bit clearer here. So we've gone with our heavy-duty dust boot. which used to be an attachment on the AS175. It's actually now a standard feature that comes with it, as well as the standard dust boot which we had in the past. So this one here is a fully enhanced feature. It's got some nice flexibility to it. It has a rigid base, so if you are running it up against your mortar, your brick all day where that's going to be hitting, this isn't going to wear out anywhere near as quick as some of the old components. It's going to give you that long-lasting life of a nice piece. Even though it is just a standard attachment, this does give you about 80 to 85 dust dust extraction or dust removal, depending on the unit that you have. And we do have it here on the back end. This is where it comes out. Just a standard shop hose attachment is what's going to go onto this. So whether you're using a HEPA filter vac or a standard shop vac, your connection point here is standard. No more needed to have a vacuum attachment onto it. You can just run this as is, use it, and move forward. So no worries on that. It also helps it put it down. Now, why that's a big reason or why that's a nice piece to have is safety concerns. We've noticed with a lot of provinces, a lot of associations are switching up how they need or how they view or how they have folks working for the amount of time that you can be exposed to dust, the amount of time you can be exposed to airborne particles. So by having something built in like this where you are going to be reducing your dust exposure, it's going to really help you out to breathe in less during the day. We still recommend your PPE as you're working with this. There are going to be fine particles in the air, but one of the other beauties in terms of dust with our AS175 unit is that this is mainly designed to release chips and sediment. It takes out big chunks of concrete. It doesn't turn this into a fine dust like a grinder or a spinning disc that's going to be working on your normal mortar. This is physically going to be working in an oscillating motion. You can see the two blades here on the front, and how they work is they rotate onto themselves, hitting into the brick at a slower speed than an actual grinder or a spinning disc. And what that's going to do is it's going to, like I said, chunk into that mortar, give you sediment which is going to fall to the ground. Yes, you're going to have to clean that up, but it's going to be on the ground as opposed to sitting in the air where you have all those particles floating around, potentially getting in your lungs or sitting out there, getting into your surfaces, getting everywhere. It's not going to be causing that fine dust. You're going to get the nice chunky particles that are on the ground, and anything that doesn't fall to the ground is going to be sucked up by this dust attachment here with your vacuum attachment that's onto it. So it sounds like a very simple feature on our AS175 when you're talking about just a dust boot extractor, but it really is a nice add-on, and honestly something that becomes pretty much mandatory that you're going to use every time you have this machine. We've also redesigned the feature, so as you can see here, if you're looking straight down on it when you're using the tool, we've narrowed this up a little bit, so as it works onto your surface, this here is physically going to be flexing as well, so it allows you to have your proper viewpoints looking down it to make sure that you can see that surface that you're cutting, pardon me, and you're always going to have control of your job and your machine at every time. All right, so the other piece, nothing I can really show you physically here, but inside of the unit we've upgraded our belt system. So anyone who has had the 170 in the past, I can almost guarantee you inside of your 170 bag, you've probably got 3 or 4 or 5 different belts that are going to be into it. We used to have a slipping issue. We used to use a lower quality belt that was out there. We've made the update and the upgrade with our AS170 to go to a triple V-notch belt. That gives us no skipping, no jumping, no moving around, no replacing of belts other than standard maintenance as you're going through, which is actually quite long. Since we've gone up to the AS175 unit, I'm new to the Arbortech team here in Canada. I've only been around since the start of the year, so I do want to make that clear. That's been there. But since I've been around with the team for about 5 months now, taking a look at our past sales and our new sales, our belts have gone significantly down, which is a good thing for us, which we're happy about because we're not replacing parts, we're not replacing belts. That's keeping our tools in your hands and in the field a lot longer so you have them on the job site. You're not worried about having your AS175 coming back to the shop, getting repaired or sent back to us to figure out what's going on because of something as simple as a slipped belt. This is allowing the tools to stay in there. Our triple V gives it that nice little grab and grasp that you're looking for in terms of a belt. to make sure that you're not ditching anything and you're keeping everything going at the right point. So happy to have that update in there, which keeps our AS175s in the field, keeps them in your hands, and everything rolls forward with it. Quick sip here. So before I switch over to the blades, I see a few people start signing in here that's going on. I'm just going to throw up a quick, just a quick note up here. If anyone has any questions, here's the best place to put them. More than happy to answer anything as we go and built into it. So just before we start on the blades here, you know, I do want to wish everyone, you know, a happy May, but also at the same point, I hope everyone's staying safe, washing your hands, keeping clean, respecting the social distancing that's out there. You know, having a family member in the healthcare industry, it's very important to do, and hopefully everyone's doing their part. I know we're starting to get back to new normal or somewhat normal here in Ontario, and I'm really looking forward to that, because it'll allow me to get back in the field and see the customers, see people, get in shops, and travel Ontario. So really want to make sure everybody's staying safe so that we can get out there and you know, have a good time together, and I can start seeing everyone again. Yeah. So that being said, we're going to start off at the top. So where it all begins with us here, once you start talking with blades, with Arbortech, is our GP blade, our general purpose blade. So this is the stock blade that's on here. This is the one that was on the actual physical AS175 unit. So you can see, again, I'll take this dust boot off. These things are come on and off a lot with me here in the demos. But this is the standard GP blade, just to give you a size comparison on the actual unit itself and what it's going to look like that's going to be there. So our GP blade, general purpose blades, are exactly what they sound like. General purpose, perfect piece just for your everyday mortar, aerated concrete. You can even go as far, if you want to, as using these to cut underground roots, you know, through sand and soil. So you've got that nice piece. It's an added, you know, it's an added feature there. So if there's anyone, any arborists that are out there that are looking for stuff, any gardeners or maintenance workers on that, you can use it. But with the size of this one here, this is use for bulk material, bulk removal of material. If you're doing any of kind of your cross joining or bed joining, it's going to be there. It's going to allow you to get in, take out a big chunk of your mortar, your masonry, all at one time. One piece that we talk about, you'll hear me say mortar a lot in our terms, and not concrete. Our AS175 will get through concrete, but our blades are focused on mortar that's going to be out there. So will it work on concrete? Yes, but it's a matter of how much time you're after that's going to be in there. There are better spinning disc options or things that are a little bit more focused on concrete and those harder materials that are designed to it. But with our carbide tungsten teeth and the way that our machine is a little bit of a slower rate to it, that's where we really focus into that masonry world. This is a specialty tool. We know that with Arbortech, we focus onto it. It's why we've built some blades towards the style of customers that we have, to really ensure that our specialty comes out into it. You know, there's going to be a lot of other tools on the job site that are going to be there if you're doing any mass brick removal or anything. But that Arbortech, having one or two of them in your bag for when you're doing your head joining, your bed joining, those kind of pieces to come in and swoop across on the job site, that's really what we're after. That's really where you're going to see the best use out of it, and then our longevity out of the tool itself. So those are the GP blades. Every single package of our blades, and I keep saying blades plural because they come with two inside of a kit. For those that may or may not have seen it, when you're taking a look at the actual unit itself, there are two blades attached to it here on either side. It's not just one single one, and that's because of that rotating action that we have with our blades that are going to be there. So you got your one on the right hand side, one on the left hand side, to make sure you've got two pieces that are coming, so you're getting nice, nice cut, nice bang for your buck out of it. When you purchase an AS175 unit itself, there is a kit which I'll go over at the end of the blades. The GP blades do come standard inside of that AS175 kit. So that is one of the set of blades that you are going to be getting with it, that's going to be there for you. Next up with our blades, we get into our head joint blades. So very straightforward for what we're after here. These blades are designed for head joint cutting, for your pieces that are going to be out there, for taking out exactly what it sounds like. Any head joint, you can do them for heritage restoration if you do have a little bit of a larger bed that's going to be on there. So again, 2 blades in a kit. They do come standard here together. You'll see some of our packaging, old or new, does have AS170 listed onto it. So whether it's AS170 or if it's the AS175, they will work for both units, so you don't necessarily have to worry about asking for an AS175 blade that's going to be there. These will work for both of it. We're still working through some of our old packaging. We are in the process of getting some new stuff up, English, French, all those Canadian pieces, as we've now expanded our business a little bit further in Canada. So we're happy to be able to bring that to it. So head joint blades, second most popular one that we do have, a great little piece that's there, and also one of the standard blades that does come with the AS175 kit. Next up on our blades, we go up a little bit. So we talked about the GP blade. We talked about where it kind of all, the standard one that you're going to be using. This is the XL version of the GP blade. Just a jumbo-sized one for oversized cutting. Sometimes you can be using it into your wood removal purposes. It's not replacing a chainsaw by any stretch, but taking out any roots, any of those pieces that are going to be there. A couple of special features with the XL, just to show you for size difference. This is the size of the XL blade here itself. So when you're looking at it in comparison to the GP blade that is on the actual unit itself here, you can see this difference in terms of size. So you are getting a much larger cut surface. You are getting much more bang for your buck out of these ones. It's a great blade, great overall system. It's going to give you some great bulk cutting. One other piece with the XL blade that you're going to notice that's a little bit different with any of the other blades that we have here at Arbortech is these two are physically going to almost couple themselves up. So you'll see if I'm holding them, one's kind of free floating, one's dangling there. There is a latch system between the two. Because of the size of the blade, it allows them to ensure that they're always in the right place. So when you are installing these blades and you're putting them onto the physical unit itself, you want to make sure first and foremost that that latch is lined up. And then once you have that in place, you can then install your blades. These will line up properly to give you that insurance that's there. It also, because of the size of them, make sure that they're not traveling apart as you're doing any cutting, keeps them nice and close together. So this is our AS175 GP XL blades. These are available as well at CEO, so you can take a look at those, check out for pricing. Our standard teeth that come into it, carbide tungsten teeth that are individually welded on there. So you're gonna get yourself a nice, great cutting surface with some great sharp teeth that you can continue to use for a nice long time. Every set of blades also comes with a replacement set of head screws. So if the 4 that you have that have come standard with your equipment are worn out, or maybe you've threaded one or anything like that on accident, there are some extra ones with your blades. So you're going to notice as you start using this equipment and you're going through or repurchasing a couple blades, you're going to have a lot of extra ones kicking around, which is great. We suggest replacing them every time you purchase a new set of blades. Not for any reason of reusing anything that's out there, but just giving you, giving you the opportunity to have a nice, fresh, clean set of screws that are going to go into it alongside your blades. That way, you're not getting any grabbing. Gives you the opportunity to clean out any of those, those head screws, and make sure you've got a nice, fresh AS175 unit for your job and ready to tackle it with your new blades. So moving on from the XL, we bring it up. Switch box blade here. Very similar to the head joint blade, but a little bit more specific in terms of single brick removal as well as depth. You'll notice versus the head joint, I'll bring that back here, the switch box is quite a deeper blade. You're getting yourself a little extra, a little extra length. The head joint blade itself here is 3 inches, whereas the switch box blade is 4 3/4 inches. So you're getting yourself almost 2 inches of extra depth there. That's going to cut a little bit further, plunge in. It gets just about to the end of a cinder block. So for a standard brick in terms of removing it with this switch box blade here, it's going to be great. We see a lot of electricians use this piece here on their job sites. So if they're carving out a hole for, an electrical box or an outlet, it's a perfect piece to use it. Get in, get out. The other beauty of this here, you can see it with the blades. Sorry, I'll flip it back to the white side because it's easier. You can see with the blades, they are a square blade. So that's one of the big differences that we have with Arbortech is we actually offer square cutting on our blades. You can go directly into the surface. It doesn't add a half moon or a spinning disc look to any of the cuts that you're going to be making. You can cut in straight in, you can cut in plumb. You can make sure you're not damaging up against any of that brick that's going to be there or going too far. It really allows you to get that custom cut that you need. So I talked a little bit earlier about it being specific or a specialty tool that's going on. So if you are using this for specialty reasons, these are perfect kind of examples of what we have. So using it for bringing out, electricians for cutting out boxes, or single brick removal for maybe installing some wiring or running some piping in a certain place if you're doing some home renos. If you're going up to do a quick fix on a damaged brick on a chimney for a customer, these are the types of blades that are going to be great to go with the AS175 unit. You're not going to have to worry about having any overcutting and then back caulking or back filling. You can cut in, do that single brick that you have nice and clean in a square fashion, and then you're good to go. It's going to be nice and square, easy peasy. Fix that job back up, install your switch box, install your light plate, whatever it is that you're putting in there from a single brick. You're going to give yourself a nice advantage, which maybe you don't have in other situations. So that's a piece that's there. Next up, a blade that we brought back by popular demand. This was one that's kind of ebbed and flowed in terms of popularity, but once we got it out there and we got this blade into the hands, and this is really one of my blades that I'm the most excited about. It's one of my favorite ones for the AS175 unit. This is our Tuckpointing Blade. Now this is a unique looking little guy here when you take a look out of it. It's got that little edge to it, very small, but the beauty of it is this tuck-pointing blade offers controlled depth. So as you're cutting, as you're using this is going to ensure that you're not getting too far into your surface. So for your tuck-pointing jobs, which is exactly what you're looking after with this one here, just small removal of mortar or removing of your tucks, this is perfect here for you, this blade. Short design, nice and narrow. It's going to ensure you're not getting in too far. You're getting into the right piece to that controlled depth that's going to be there. It has a maximum cutting depth of 35 millimeters for you, so it's going to allow you to get into that perfect piece. Easy to install. The only thing to note when you're using these tuck pointing blades, because of the depth with them, is using them in tandem with the dust extraction boot here is going to be a little bit tricky, just in terms of the depth of this boot itself. So this is the one piece where you are going to have to remove this one, or you're going to have to ensure that it is collapsed all the way down to your surface to make sure you're getting the maximum exposure on your tuck pointing blades. So a great piece. Again, these blades are available at CEO, the tuck pointing blades. They can get some in for you if you're interested. This is quickly becoming I'd call it our most improved player. If I was handing out ESSO medal awards that was going to be out there in terms of the tuck pointing world, or in terms of our blade world at Arbortech, pardon me. GP is always a great blade to have, standard that's out there. Same thing with our switch blades. But our tuck pointing blade is our real up and comer. This is one that a lot of people are getting into their kits. Does have a specific use to it, but that controlled depth is just perfect for attaching to your unit and moving forward. That's going to be there. So another great blade from us at Arbortech. 2 more to go. So next up, we've got our Heritage blade. So our heritage blade is exactly what it sounds like. Again, we're not, we don't hide anything here at Arbortech in terms of talking about what we're offering here with our blades. It's very straightforward. We let you know what's going on. Our heritage blade here is our next one up. So with our heritage blade, what it's going to be doing here is it's got a narrower width to it. So let's see if I can open this package here for you and just let you see the actual width of the blade itself. Trying to make sure this thing doesn't fly all over the shop here real quick. There we go. So versus most of our other blades, you'll be able to see this heritage blade here, and I hope it comes through well enough for you, is you'll be able to see how narrow that is. So when you are dealing with heritage work, butter joints, pancake joints, anything that's going to be extremely thin from some of the older work, that's going to be out there. A lot of folks are going to know what they're working with specialty pieces. Our heritage blade ensures that you're not getting in there and damaging any of the brick on either side, which is what you're going to be doing when you are working with a heritage project or a heritage job. You got to go in there. You've got to keep it. You're restoring it. You're not looking to demo and remove. So the finesse work that these heritage blades are going to allow you to do are exactly designed for that. You're not getting in too far. You're not getting in too high and low. You're not going to get that, you're going to get less vibration because of how narrow these blades are. So a very specific blade, but one with a great use for it. And it is one that we do have for offering here with Arbortech. Again, through CEO, they can get them in for you. We've got our Arbortech heritage blade that's going to be here. So take a look for it. Great, a very specific one that's out there, but a great use nonetheless. All right, last up in the blade world, before I show you a quick video, give you guys a break from listening to me live to go listen to me on audio in a different format. We've got our caulking blades. So very different from anything I've shown you so far. These are our caulking blades. Very unique looking guys, and this is once they're mounted to your unit, they are going to be sitting on there, and they're going to look like this. So the design of the caulking blade is specifically meant to get in and work to remove any of your caulking. So think of an uprise or a parking garage that's going to be out there. This is where you're used for it, is removing any caulking. Now I'll show you on the picture just to give you a nice live example as I get the box properly set up here for you. But you can take a look at these unique patented blades for removing it. Now, one of the beauties of this here as well is the design of these blades are also designed not only to remove the caulking, but to remove the backing rod or the backing foam rod that's going to be out there. So as you can see in the picture, it's removing both. We do have a fine coating on the inside of these blades to ensure as they are rubbing together and it is removing it, that it's pulling out the caulking. It's also going to go along the side of your concrete edging that's going to be in there to clean out any of the caulking on the sides as it pulls it out in the front and gives you that good piece. So we do have these in 3 different options. We've got 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch options in terms of the width for how they're set up. So as it brings in, you're going to be able to use these for your custom jobs. So depending on that joint that you're in and you're removing your caulking from, you're going to be able to take it out from there. So got a good question here from Carputing, and thanks Carputing for jumping on the stream here and sharing it. I do agree with you. I think we do have a great selection of blades. This is purely just our masonry stuff here, which we're talking about, so we really want to make sure we're getting that out to it. Some information on products on the way out soon. That's a popular question with us at Arbortech. One of the features and one of the focuses that we have here at Arbortech was always to bring out latest and greatest. Our CEO Kevin Inkster, some of you are familiar with his work on YouTube. If you're not, check out our Arbortech page after and go dig into some of Kev's sheds and some of those videos that are out there. You're going to have yourself a good time. He's a real inventor and a creator, and that's how he started Arbortech. You can see it in our logo, in the O that's behind me here. He originally welded a chainsaw blade to the hubcap of a VW Beetle and started grinding away in the 70s. Obviously, he's perfected it into our woodworking line and moved it on there, and then brought over the technologies into our masonry line, which is what we're talking about here today. And just before I answer your question, I'm not delaying it here, but for those that want more information on our woodworking stuff, if you come in and stop in to see me tomorrow, I'll be back on here on the CEO page from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and I'm going to be going through our entire assortment of woodworking lineup. We've worked with CEO. We're very excited to be able to bring that in and sell that through them now as one of our distribution points. So we're going to have lots of great info with our Arbortech tools that you're going to be able to find at CEO, and I'll be getting you all that information tomorrow. So in terms of products that are coming out, absolutely. So the easiest one I can tell you about, and unfortunately COVID has really delayed it for us, which is a bit unfortunate. But it is coming. I'll say it's in the wings, and all we're waiting for really is the opening of business to be able to get it back into it. So we've talked with the good folks at CEO, and they are going to be one of our pieces that bring it out for us here. But our power carving unit that's out there, you can check out our information on Arbortech on our power carving unit through any of our European or Australian sites right now. It hasn't launched in North America yet, but the product itself has launched in Australia and Europe. They were able to get it out before COVID, and then we are going to be working to bring that over to North America. We've got the unit itself. We've got it coming out. It is a woodworking one. I keep looking to my left here because I do have a physical one with me. Not too much to show you here. We won't get into anything pieces. You can check out a lot of the better video, but this here is the actual unit itself. If anyone's familiar with any of our Arbortech spinning discs, which is our turbo plane, you are going to be extremely pleasantly surprised with this unit itself. Now, if you're looking to anything in more of the masonry world, not too much new coming out with the AS175. Our unit is dedicated. We've just upgraded the AS175 within the last year, so that is new to us in that world. We are having a great feature that's with it there, but we are going to be developing a tool. It's going to be called our Mini Grinder Trade, a little bit more focused towards our tile workers that are out there. That one is still working its way out. I've got some information going out shortly. That one's going to be early 2021. But it's a very exciting product. It takes a spin on one of our woodworking products, refocuses our blades into more of that tiling piece that's going to be out there. Some of that finer work, a little bit more finesse work, about a 1 3/4 inch spinning blade, not an oscillating blade like we have on our AS175. So keep a lookout for those. Some new stuff coming out there. Yeah, and thanks, Carputing. I appreciate you coming in, throwing in the questions. It's nice to have that feedback. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'll take a look at those questions as well, too. If you are a little bit more focused on the woodworking piece, we'll be doing the full hour tomorrow there on that one. In terms of where we're made in the world, most of our stuff, because we are an Australian company, we're not a Canadian-based or an American-based company. We are Australian. We're extremely proud of that. It's been very cool, to be completely honest, to work for an Australian company. A little bit, it's interesting in terms of the time, but for customers here in North America, because if you get a question on a Tuesday, I send that email out. My department picks it up on what is going to be Wednesday for them, and it comes back to me on Wednesday. They're exactly 12 hours ahead of us, so working on that cycle is really easy to get questions that are out there. But some of our stuff, like anyone else in the world, is put together or assembled or sourced rather from China. But most of our equipment is put together, packaged, shipped out of Australia across the world. We truly are a global company. We sell in Canada, U.S., parts of South America. We do have offices out in Germany, which takes care of most of Europe for us, and then we are centralized, and our main office and head office is based out of Perth in Australia. So truly a global reach that's out there. So very awesome to have. Lots of places to sell. Recently, we've just brought ourselves up to Canada. Sorry, let me backtrack on that. We haven't recently brought ourselves to Canada. We've been here for a while, selling through different distribution points and different companies, but we've recently expanded into our Canadian business, which is why you see me here. I've come on as the national sales manager to help grow our Canadian business, give it different outreaches that are out there, work with our awesome customers like CEO, which is why we're doing this today, and helping each other out to get that business and get it out. Our head office, which works out excellent, is actually centralized, probably a 3 or 4 minute drive from CEO. So it's actually helped us entrench even further with them, grow our relationship with the CEO team, and be able to offer our masonry lineup, continue to offer it with all of our blades like we have been in the past, but also work with them on bringing in our woodworking lineup and go from there. So yeah, we're happy to have you in, happy to see that come in with our products, and looking forward to seeing more info from you. So thanks for all the feedback and questions there, Carputing. So I appreciate it. Next thing I'll do is I want to take you through what comes into the kit here with the AS175, because I think it is important for everyone that's on here and looking in, and people that are prospective buyers looking to get something or purchase something with the AS175 unit itself, is to know what you're getting and know everything that's going to be coming with it. We do offer a great kit that gives you a lot of, like I said, a lot of bang for your buck. You're going to hear me say that because it's true. This is a specialty tool. We do have a good price tag to it, but we offer the service that comes with it. We offer the pieces that are there. You're going to get it from a great source with CEO. So you're going to get that support that comes with it, and you're also going to get a lot in the kit once you actually price everything out and put it together. So obviously, when you're buying an AS175 unit, the AS175 comes with it. Go figure, right? So you're going to get the unit itself, which is going to come. It's not going to come attached with the blades. You're going to install your first blades yourself, but it's going to come with the GP blades, our general purpose blades. Those are most of the ones that we see a lot of our customers use and attach first. Everything is going to be built in there. The AS175 is an increased motor, so 1400 watt motor with our new triple V belt, so you're not getting that skipping or jumping or replacement of belts. We've had extremely minimal cases to the point where we're almost not really sending them out to our customers or our dealers anymore, because no one's asking for them because the belt's not jumping like it used to on the AS170. So that's a great piece that's there. Ergonomic handle, new power switch and grip that's extended out to the back to make it a little bit longer, to make that balancing of the tool, as I mentioned, very nice and easy in your hand. So as you are using this here all day, you can see I'm holding up this tool. There is a good amount of weight to it here, but it makes it nice and easy to work with. It's very easy to balance, very easy to use throughout the day, and then offset it here. So whether you're using it again, tucking bedding, and you're holding it up in front of yourself all day, this handle is really going to provide you that flexibility to be able to work up, to be able to work across, to flip it, to manage it, to handle it. Very easy tool to work with for anyone that's going to be out there. That obviously is the first piece that comes with it. So in terms of blades, you're going to be receiving one set of general purpose blades with the AS175. Those are going to come standard into the kit. You'll be receiving one set of your switch blocks blades as well. They're going to come into it, and one set of head joint blades that are also going to come inside of the kit. And I keep saying kit because it truly is a kit. This is our AS175 kit that you have here. Everything's built into it. Nice heavy duty bag. It's just a bag, but it's great for carrying it. Lots of space inside of it. I don't know how well, again, this is going to show because of the dark black on black background, but you'll be able to see the physical space that's inside of it, that's cut out here in the foam to ensure your tool itself is not moving around. You've got your space in here that's locked in for your blades. So very easy that the blades that are going to come in, entrenched in, locked in, so you've got them set out. We also have additional cutouts in the bottom of the bag. Haven't taken mine out yet. Haven't had a need for it, but there we go. You see the additional foam cutouts here that are in the bottom of the bag. Sticker if you want to put them back in, so that if you do have extra sets of blades, everything's going to come into it and attach those into there for you. So it just makes it very nice and easy to carry this kit around. And make sure you're not going to get anything bouncing around in the back of your truck or your carrier or whatever it is. Just nice and solid. Another piece just to show how proud we are of this tool that's going to be there. The high quality that we put into it and work out. And it also has a rigid bottom bag. So if you are using it, taking it out and you're throwing it onto your shop floor, moving it there, it's going to be there. You're not going to worry about any of your blades, maybe if they weren't put away properly, coming piercing through the bottom of your bag and ripping out. It's not just a little cheapy grab and go plastic sack where everything's in. Everything's going to be built together. So that's all there for you. All comes in the kit. Heavy duty dust extraction boot, which we've talked about a lot, that's going to be there as well. And then you also get our standard dust extraction boot that's going to be built in with the kit together. So that covers up our masonry lineup here with Arbortech. Like I said, we're very proud of the AS175. It's a great piece of equipment. You know, we've worked with CEO for many years now to sell it through them. They're a great distributor for us. They're great partners in working together with us to get these products out in the hand in the very and extended area and even further. They do such a great job with having their product online and expanding the reach. You know, they're a very exciting piece of the puzzle with us here at Arbortech, and we're happy to be able to do this with them today and work with it. So if you have any questions on the AS175 or on the blades, you know, now's a great time to ask them. I'm happy to answer. I see there's a few of them on here. Trevor, thanks for the comment. It is it is a great product. We are very proud of it. We hope you're excited to use yours. I'm assuming you have one based off that comment, but also really hoping that you're if you need anything more, you're coming in as CEO, you're grabbing some for it. So we're happy to be working with them here together today and getting this product to you. So yeah, absolutely, Carputing. That's you're spot on. You're spot on with that question that's there. If it's not in stock, if you go to our Arbortech website and you see a product that's on there on the Canadian site itself, we will have it in stock, and CEO can order it in for you, and you can get it from there. We do all of our selling. Through dealers and partners like CEO. So you can make sure that you get it. You can ask them for it, and they'd be able to bring it in for you. Whether it's parts and pieces, you know, we have a full assortment. Everything that's in our AS175 in terms of, you know, the brushes, the belts, some of our head pieces that are going to be there, additional screws, the Ian key that's going with it. You can purchase any of those parts individually. They can order them in for you, custom, whether you need it or not. So that about wraps up my time here today. We're going till noon. I want to make sure we're staying on time for the next person that's coming in, following up after me, to make sure they can get going at noon, so that anyone who has any questions for that next vendor that's going to be there, that we have it. My information can be found by going to the Arbortech website, but make it very easy. If you've got any questions on the tools, you know, you can reach out to CEO. You can ask them. They can give you anything. If you need anything further and you want to reach out to me specifically and ask any questions, you can just send an email to John, Jon, at arbortechtools.com, and it's as simple as that. I'll make sure we get you any info. We'll make sure we get you back to CEO so you can do any of the purchasing there. And get all those products that you need and all that info. We're excited to have customers join us. We're excited to have you in here today. And for those that are around and for those that want to come back tomorrow, like I said, I will be back tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. We are going to be going through our full assortment of woodworking. So I've got this whole box here of goodies for tomorrow for our woodworking that we're going to be going through. Woodworking is our bread and butter. That's where we started as a company. That's where we've focused on, and you know, our biggest tech is and our biggest involvement. So inside of that, we're going to be going through all of our different attachments for grinders. Very different than what we talked about with the AS175, where it's a physical tool itself and a unit. A lot more of what we do at Arbortech here is actual attachments for different angle grinders, 4.5 inch angle grinders that go onto it. We will go from there, but we will also be talking about some of our custom products at Arbortech, such as our mini carver that we're going to be having here. We've got our power chisel unit, which we are also going to be talking about. My rack has expanded since the humidity that's here, having a little bit of trouble getting it out. So we've got our power chisel that we're going to be talking about. I also have all of our attachments in different cases. I've got them onto tools So nothing brand specific. We are also going to be going through stuff like our power sanding unit that's going to be here and our orbital sanding attachment. So lots of good stuff to go in with tomorrow. So make sure you hop back on 9 a.m., 10 a.m., same place, different time. I look forward to seeing more of you guys. Hopefully it's a Saturday. Folks won't be at work and we can get some people joining in, get some more questions. But I'll get signed off. Remember, make sure you check out CEO, Canadian Equipment Outfitters. Check out their website. Go check out their physical location. In Barrie. Make sure you check what the rules are with COVID. I don't know 100% if they're allowing in-foot traffic or curbside pickup at this point. But make sure you go check them out and all the great deals that they have that are going to be on there on our Arbortech tools. Make sure you visit arbortech.com. And for those that are interested in more videos, more content that's going to be out there, I also have an Arbortech YouTube page. So if you click on my name in the comments, John from Arbortech, that'll actually take you directly to my Arbortech page. You can like and subscribe there. I've got a list of woodworking videos that I've been working on throughout this. I post about every 2 to 3 weeks to get content out. I really use it as a training platform when we're not doing live pieces like this. So if you're looking for information on just our specs and details on woodworking products, where you can then go back to CEO and purchase them, all that info is going to be there for you. And yeah, that's it. I look forward to chatting more tomorrow. We'll see you guys all 9 to 10. Thank you very much for joining me, and have yourself an excellent day, an excellent weekend. Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.